Hi, welcome to Chair Chats, the lifestyle show with a disability twist. I'm your host, Pauline Victoria. In the prime of their life, over 2.5 million people worldwide are told that their lives are about to change. Linda Grace Cox was one of those people. At age 32, she was leading a very busy life as a devoted wife and a dedicated mother of 8 children. Then her life changed when the doctor uttered 2 words: multiple sclerosis. Today we have Linda with us to talk about the realities of living with MS and how she chooses joy in the face of those realities, and how she's inspiring others to do the same. So please open your mind and your hearts to Linda Grace Cox. Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to, Pauline. I'm really excited to be here with you.
Good, good. We are too. I think this could help a lot of people. Preparing for the show, I was actually researching a little bit about what MS is and how many people are diagnosed with it, and how it's primarily women. Women have a higher chance of getting MS, and but there's thousands of people each week that are being diagnosed with MS. So I think with this show, we're going to be able to help a lot of people.
And I thank you so much. I know that the MS Society hasn't been able to keep up with the statistics really well, but I know that they have researched and shown that every 2.5 minutes, somebody is diagnosed with MS around the world.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is. It's really sad.
Linda, I'm so excited to have you on the show because I think our stories can help other people through hard, unexpected times, such as being diagnosed with MS. So I'd like to take our viewers back a little bit with your experience and how you coped, or what was your reaction and how you dealt with the diagnosis when the doctor told you have multiple sclerosis.
I think that I'm different than a lot of people in that I had been so healthy for my whole life. I didn't believe that I had MS. And so when the doctor told me that I was diagnosed, I didn't know what MS was. And so I wasn't even concerned about it because I had been so healthy for so long. He told me that 5% of the people who are diagnosed never have another symptom. And 5% on the other end go straight to a wheelchair. And I just knew that I was one of the 5% that would have another symptom. And so I didn't get any pharmaceuticals, and I didn't clean up my diet greatly. And I, after 5 years, had serious symptoms. I could no longer deny it. But even though I could no longer deny it, I still in my heart did deny it. I thought, now if I just do the homeopathic remedies and clean up my diet and everything, then I will never have another symptom. It was then that I learned that the symptoms are just the tip of the iceberg. And so by waiting for the 5 years, the damage was happening in my central nervous system, and I just wasn't aware of it.
What prompted you to go to the doctor the first place?
I had a rotary nystagmus. My eyes were moving. And it was a really funny story. My eyes were moving, and I could tell they were moving, and I didn't know what was wrong. My husband is a trooper, and so he tests people for drunk driving. And so I asked him to test me and see if he could see my eyes moving. And he said, "No, honey, I really can't. Your eyes aren't moving." And so I thought I was going crazy. I thought, if I can tell my eyes are moving and they're not, maybe I'm making it up. Maybe I'm just going crazy. And so my girlfriend took me to the eye doctor, and they put the things up on my eyes and said, "No, your eyes are moving." And I was so excited. Yes, I'm not crazy. And so he said, "No, Linda, this is not good. This could be something serious." And I didn't care because I wasn't crazy. And so he said that it could be either a brain tumor or multiple sclerosis. And I said, if it's a brain tumor, they can cut it out. And if it's multiple sclerosis, I'll figure out what that is and deal with it. Mm-hmm. And then I was in denial. Like I said, I did not even really look at what the possibility of MS is. And so,
right.
Yeah.
How, when something happens to an individual, it often affects the family dynamics. And here you were, 32 years old, you were a wife, had 8 children, you were active and volunteering with their schools and the church, and you were a busy mom. I'm a mom. I understand what it means to have those roles.
Yes.
Um, so how did it change the family dynamics for you, for them, and how did you, what was, what were the techniques or things that you did or each other did to help you guys move forward as you were in this journey of MS?
My family is so wonderful that that's the way it was. Everything is just, has always been strengthening the family. The MS experience has motivated my relationship with my husband to just become more solid and more wonderful. But it takes two people, and I know that everybody doesn't have the same situation as I do. I have friends, many, in fact, friends whose spouses leave when they're diagnosed, and that is completely tragic. And my husband didn't. He stepped up and we got closer, and he's taken great care of me over the years. And it's been the same with the kids. The kids were very wonderful and helpful, and I was able to do what I could do, and they were accepting of what I can't. And I just feel so blessed and so grateful for everything that I've been given.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's I know it can be a difficult situation for the partner to handle once a spouse becomes disabled or
yes,
in any way, or gets sick, or even getting old.
right.
But it's so
I,
um,
I know you know the same thing. I know you know because I remember when we worked together years ago, we were talking and teaching other people to be positive people and to attract positive people into our lives. And that is the way I feel. You talked about coping, the way of dealing, and that is the way I feel, that I have just been given so many wonderful people in my life. Like for you example, inviting me to be here with you, it's just an attraction, and I think that by me being a positive person, I get positive people around me, and
yes,
and that is, I think, the greatest coping that anybody can do. When I talk
yeah.
to people that are struggling with getting help or getting assistance or whatever, they have a negative attitude, a negative expectation that just pulls people away. And
Right. Yeah. No, and I definitely want to make note of that to anybody that's listening, whether you're disabled or not, MS or not. That's a way of life, a way of being. You
yes,
attract who you are.
yes,
And, so the quality of life that you experience is directly correlated to who you believe you are.
yes,
And it's just the way your being, and the way you navigate through life and I can relate, with a positive, it's more than just an attitude. It's just a whole way about you. It's like you're a
yes,
light, and when
yes,
you're light, you attract light. And
right.
I love how Wayne Dyer always says that in the presence of light, darkness ceases to exist. So I think that's a really important message that any viewer or any human being can learn. And once you learn that, then the power of where your life goes and the quality of life that you experience is in the palm of your hand.
Yes,
And so you're out here doing, you're being who you are. You're dealing with MS on a day-to-day basis. Can you tell us some of the challenges that you have? And then, because I think it's easy for someone to look at us on camera and to be like, wow, oh yeah, they have great families, and they're so fortunate with this positive attitude. And some people aren't very fortunate. Some people have been left. Some people have never found anybody and think they never will. So when, it's important to acknowledge that there are challenges that we, just like anybody else watching this, have overcome. So what are some of the maybe two challenges that you feel are the most prevalent in your life?
The challenge is, when I look at the most important message I want to give to people is that attitude really does make a difference. And the biggest challenges that I have are really not that bad. And I don't want, I really don't, I really believe that the challenges that I have are things that slow me down, the physical challenges, the ability to use things that I used to not be able to do. The brain power is lost, and that is significant. But I'm able to compensate for that. And I think that is the key to everything, no matter what the challenges are, to figure out a way to compensate for it. Because, just looking at you, Pauline, and all that you do, it's amazing what you do, because you've figured out a way to compensate for your lack. And,
right.
and we don't, there are some people that aren't blessed, like you said, with a spouse or children or something, but there are other members of the community that want to be your family. And, we have a church community, and we call them the Palmer Ward family, because this is our group of church family. And for those that, and there are a number of single, childless people, and they are embraced by the church family. And so that's my suggestion, is to find somebody. And then, we've got the resource of being online. And that is what motivated the msrelief.com, is that I know everybody with MS needs support and knowledge, information. And in this information age, it's really easy to come up with the information, and we can get support from each other right there on msrelief.com. Whether or not you have a family and spouse, right in your home, you can get the support that you need online. And it's amazing. I call Facebook every social animal's dream come true.
I'm glad you brought that up, because, one of the reasons I asked you on the show as well is to help bring to the public's eye what you're doing. The statistics, 2.5 million worldwide, 400,000 alone in the US that are diagnosed with MS. They could benefit from a website like yours. So msrelief.com is your website. And tell me, let's just go there, because that is your platform in which you use to inspire others to do the same as you are, in choosing to
enjoy life.
Yes, be in joy in the face of the realities of MS. So yes. When did you start this website, and what is it that people can get from this website?
Okay, we formally launched. I found my partner. We found each other, and formally launched on April 1st, 2012. And so we're able to put together this wonderful site. And my business partner, Trish, she's in Canada and I'm in Alaska. And so we work we work on Skype weekly, multiple times weekly, in order to provide for the people living with MS what they need. And when people go there, they can read stories, inspirational stories, and find motivational. They can find the support and information that they need. The support through comments and interactions. They can contact us. We have different service providers. We have a doctor who is into alternative treatments. We have a spiritual healer. But anyway, so there's wonderful resources just for support. And we also have MS Relief on Facebook that is really fun. and a more direct interaction. And we have just started our marketplace. So we have msreliefmarketplace.com. And so you can get to the marketplace right on msrelief.com. There's a link that directs you to the marketplace. And we've selected products that will really help aid people with MS. So it's really exciting. All of it is just fun.
Good, good. I was going through the website a little bit, and you have everything from comedy to entrepreneurs to, like you said, the inspiring stories. And I just thought it was a very well-rounded um, resource
And
that hits.
I thank you for that. You mentioned the entrepreneurs, and see, I know that people, there's no cure for MS, but there are different things that people can use to treat symptoms, and everything works for somebody. I mean, it's all different. There's no two people alike, and so we're looking for more people that are doing that are entrepreneurs with health products that are helping people. I would really like it if we had more people showing up that we could post what is working for them. That is truly, we're lacking that. There's a couple people who have put a little bit of information in, and I would like more of that. We get more of that on Facebook than we do on msrelief.com. But like I said, everything works differently for people. I have tried everything that's presented to me, and some has helped and some hasn't at all. And I will continue to do that. With the doctors, okay, I pass everything past my alternative doctor. So
Right, right.
but
Well, and I think that's, we're right now it's just you that we're talking to, but I think you're onto something where if you through msrelief.com can create a community in which people feel comfortable about saying, hey, I had this problem and here's how I solved it. Well, the
yes,
next person that comes along with that same problem can do a search and maybe find the solution without having to go through all the heartache that the previous person had to go through.
yes,
So I think it's a great resource. So if you're watching this and you have MS, please get in contact with Linda through msrelief.com and get a hold of her about how maybe you could share your story or techniques or tools that you found that make your life easier, because your success is everybody's success. And I think that's an important thing that we, as people, we need to remember that there's value in our overcoming challenges. So,
yes.
anytime we could be of service to others is always a good thing. I think um, the msrelief.com is a great resource for people to go to, and help connect. Connecting, I think, for me as someone who grew up with a disability my entire life, connection was very lacking because there weren't a lot of people without arms and legs running around, where I could be like,
Yes,
hey, how do you deal with this? Or, how do you deal with this emotional roller coaster, or people not wanting to be your friend because of how you look like, and the complications or challenges that might mean when you go hang out, or so connection. Go to msrelief.com to get that connection. And
yes.
you have a lot of really cool guest blogs on your website, and I think that's an awesome thing. What would be your words of advice to someone who is just getting diagnosed with MS right now?
To find a doctor that you like, that you trust, and 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 then see them regularly. And it is really difficult sometimes. Okay, wait. I'm going to start again. The most important thing, I think, is to get support and find a doctor that you love and trust. There's a lot of doctors out there that aren't worthy, that you don't deserve. And so continue on. Don't think that you have to stop right then. And, if you find somebody that, even the doctor who diagnosed you, you really need to trust and like. and enjoy the doctor that you're seeing. And that is very, very important. And then to find a community. The MS community here in the United States is so wonderful. You can find a support group easily. And online, like I said, online is where it's at for people who are stationary. All you need is a computer. And so, yes. And so, and just like my neurologist told me, 5% of the people that are diagnosed never have another symptom. And so it's a whole range. So don't plan to give up. Just stay positive and
keep
find
on
support.
Going.
Yes, find support. Find support.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that was the connection I was alluding to earlier, in that even though you feel alone, you're not alone.
That's right.
And so I think that's something to always keep in mind, at the forefront of your mind, when you're going through the roller coaster ride of life. And of course, MS adds another challenge to it, but it's doable. And Linda, you're an awesome example of that. So thank you for doing that. For the viewers that are watching this, please visit msrelief.com. Also on Facebook, MS Relief. If you search that, you'll find Linda and her team of experts, who are there to support you and to connect with you in a way that is positive and progressive for you, so you can move forward in your life regardless of what your condition is. And with every show that I do, Linda, I like to end with a word of gratitude. So I'd like to end by asking you what you're grateful for.
I am grateful for everything in my life. And I have to say that I am grateful for the MS even. This has been such a learning and growing opportunity. It's like a crash course in overcoming and the ability to stay positive. I love the people, and I love life.
Good.
Of course, I have to say that I am the most grateful for the overall umbrella of it all, which is God. I feel the presence of God in my life every day.
Yeah. So. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. I think we often forget the spiritual aspect of the human life. Yes. And so thank you for bringing that to the forefront. And I'm so grateful for people like you who are willing to step out and be transparent and share, the happy times and the not so happy times, and also being courageous enough to say, I'm going to take this challenge or this cross that I am bearing and use it to help others. And
I appreciate that. And I'm sorry, I just recognized, or I just thought of, when you asked me what was the difficult challenges, and I think that any negativity that I have felt, and I have had many days of crying and sobbing, and I've gone through the whole gamut of emotions through it all. And I'm just at a place right now where I've accepted things the way they are, and I no longer feel that tragedy and sadness in my life on a daily basis. And so I wonder how much I would have avoided had I come to this place sooner. It's been 18 years, and I've only been here for the last couple of years. And so it's just interesting to see. So
yeah.
So
no, and I think that's a great note to end on. It's important to go through the process of loss.
Yes.
And mourning that loss.
Yes.
And then, but knowing that this too shall pass, and that on the other side, if you hold on just a little bit longer and tighter, that there's peace and joy that can triumph over the tragedy. Yes. So thank you for being that voice for us, and for other people with MS. And I think you're going to do some amazing, great things and just help a lot of people if you take advantage of it. So please go visit msrelief.com and just get connected, and the support and love that you may be searching for. I want to thank you for tuning in and spending some time with us, and I hope that this information has been insightful and inspiring for you. Until we meet again, be blessed.